Facebook. How are you? We are going live here. Good to see you. Tell your friends to come on over. Say hello when you come in. I'm so glad that you guys are coming on in. It's so funny because we've been speaking about the quarantine chic look that a lot of us aren't able to go get our hair done and nails done and face done. So we just call this the new quarantine chic look, whatever it is that we look at it. Hi, Rodney _25, Marie Lucien, Richelieu, Joseph, good to see you. Come on in and say hi, invite a friend. And I want you to invite a friend because I think we're going to speak about something that is very, very important that's affecting you, that's affecting me, that is affecting all of us, but we're just not talking about it. And I think that this is the perfect space that we could talk about it. So we're going to get right into it. Let me just get my final settings here on Facebook, and then we're going to get going. I hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday, all my Tuesday Transformers as you're coming in. All right, so it's about 12:32 right now, so we're going to go right into our discussion, our topic. So good to see you. So just a little housekeeping. If I'm looking here, it's because I want to talk to my Instagram folks, not to forget here when I'm looking here when I would speak to my Facebook folks. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that I am engaging both of you so we'll all be a part of this discussion and so that we could all be a part of what's going on and know what's going on. So go ahead and invite a friend as we get right into our topic. So I am Dr. Sabine Elisee. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cornerstone Medical Group here in Coral Springs, Florida. And as a physician, pastor's kid, wife, and mom, I've come to realize to be healthy, you have to address more than your physical health. That is why I help men and women reconnect their physical, spiritual, and cognitive health to bring satisfying wholeness to their lives daily. And I do it right here at my direct primary care office in Coral Springs, Florida, that I want to get a chance to tell you about at the end of our discussion today, but also want to be able to let you know its importance right now. So today we are speaking about cognitive health. Cognitive health. Some people will call this mental health. Some people will call this brain health. And in all honesty, I call it cognitive health because there still remains till this day a stigma when we speak about mental and emotional health. You know, some of our manly guys will say, no, that's just too much feelings. I'm not into those feelings too much. And then some people too, they just immediately associate when we speak about mental health as something being that is, they're crazy. And that's not what it is at all. And I want to let you know that as you and I are facing something that we've never faced before, we literally went to sleep one way and woke up to a completely different world. I want to let you know that whatever you're feeling right now is that cognitive health, that emotional health. So that those feelings out of nowhere where you're feeling stressed, where you are crying, where you're confused, where you're angry, where you're scared, all of those are normal. So we spoke about today the need for us to discuss what is it that we do? How do we maintain our mind? How do we maintain our sanity? How do we maintain our minds in a stressful time? And I want to give you 3 points, really big 3 points that are so important. Before I do get into that, I am in the office today. I am practicing physical and social distancing because it's very important. I was on back order to get my N95 mask, and I want to say a special thanks from the bottom of my heart to Dr. Gina Jules, pharmacist. She's the CEO and founder of a new co pharmacy consulting group, and I tell you that she saved my life because she got from myself and my office staff that's here these N95 masks that are so important because we have to protect ourselves, and it is definitely a lot that's going on, so we need to speak about it. So cognitive health. Our cognitive health is our mind health. It's our mind health. And it's important that what we speak about today, and when we are speaking about our health in general, we need to understand how our mind health, our emotional health, how it affects our physical health. You may think that, hey, you're a doctor that's a family medicine physician. What does this have to do, and what are you doing talking about cognitive health? Well, it's all a part of the picture. You know, we speak about how this physical, spiritual, and cognitive health is an interdependent system. And I want to talk to you about right now, there could be individuals who have noticed their blood pressure is not controlled, that they're taking the same exact medications. Those medications used to control them before, but now their blood pressure is not controlled. And the reality is because your cognitive health is suffering, as it should be. We are facing something that we've never faced before. We're confused, we're unsure, we're stressed, we're a little anxious. And that will manifest itself with some change in your blood pressure. It will manifest itself in a physical way. So what we want to talk about right now are 3 ways that you can maintain your mind in the midst of a stressful time. Is that okay? Can I talk to you about those 3 ways? Just throw a yes in the comment line for me if that's okay. If we could talk about those 3 ways to maintain our mind in the midst of a stressful time. And I do want to talk to you about some of the things that I'm going to be speaking about is some of the information that I write about here in the book, in the Healthy Whole Prescription. And I'll tell you the truth, it's something that even last week I had to practice for myself. And the reason why I had to practice it for myself, a lot of the information that I am obtaining, that I'm searching, it's coming directly out of those what's called morbidity and mortality reports. As physicians, this is what we study. So when we're seeing a new onset of disease, and we could see how it moves and how it changes. And last week, Tuesday, when I was reading those reports, when I was seeing what's going on, I will tell you very clearly and very honestly, it hit me. I was grieving last week for our nation, for our world. I was grieving, especially last week, for my physicians, my brothers and sisters who are in the emergency room, who don't have the equipment that they need, like an N95 mask to protect themselves. And in all honesty, some of them having to use garbage bags to protect themselves when we're speaking about personal protective equipment. So I was grieving that. And that's not abnormal. That's normal. On the contrary, if you have not had a moment where you got a little scared or a little bit of anger or felt a little confused or just sad and crying, I'm concerned about you, because this is a normal human response when you're stressed. But what do? We don't stay in that response. I want to remind you that, and I want to read it directly from here because I make mention of it in the book. The repetitive stories that we tell ourselves, the repetitive stories of hurt, of pain, of disappointment, of fear, of anxiety, those repetitive stories become toxic to our mind. So we do not want to have a toxic mind. We want to have a mind that is still maintained. So there's number 1, the importance of get the information that you need, but don't keep on looking at those news feeds. Don't keep on following and tracking the number of cases. Don't keep tracking the number of deaths. That's going to become toxic to your mind. My friend Lisa says you steer where you stare. So if you keep on staring at anxiety, if you keep on staring at fear, if you keep on staring at those things, that is what you're going to feed your mind. That's going to become toxic, and it will produce itself in a physical manner in your body. So the number 1 thing is that I want you, when we are talking about maintaining our minds in a stressful time, you identify what it is you are feeling, and I want you to understand and know that it is normal. So you identify what you're feeling in this stressful time, understand and know that it is normal. And now that you've identified that, yes, I am feeling hurt, I am feeling scared, I'm feeling angry, you are allowing your mind to notice it. And now that we can identify it, our next step, number 2, is to address it. One of the next steps to do to address it is that, well, we want to be able to increase the happy hormone in our body. And that happy hormone in our body is called serotonin. Anytime that you are doing physical activity, it's when you are increasing your serotonin. So this is the best time for you to be outside, engaging in physical activity, taking part in physical activity, so it can increase your serotonin levels. So number 1, what do we want to do? We want to identify what you are feeling right now is normal. Number 2, we want to be able to make sure that we are increasing our happy hormone, which is serotonin, and we do that when we are partaking in physical activity. And I encourage you to go in nature and partake in that physical activity, because something happens when we're getting out of our homes and we're actually going outside in our backyards, walking just in our neighborhood, our block. If you have your kids with you, the family members who are in your household, when you're doing that, it does does something for us. And I want you to do that. And it's also going to help combat a little bit of cabin fever that a lot of us are feeling because we've been in the house for so many days now and we are in this position of quarantining. So it's very important. I want to help you understand and know that if you do have small children, what you are feeling, your children are feeling it too. So give them a little grace and give yourself a little grace as you're going through this stressful time and identifying that, hey, this is normal. I feel confused. I feel angry. I feel stressed. This is not the time where you have to man up or woman up. This is the time where you have to take care of yourself and we have to take care of each other. And as we are taking care of ourselves and taking care of each other, we have to, one, identify what we are feeling in the stressful time of this pandemic is real and it's okay and it's normal. So that's number one. Number two, you want to increase your happy hormone. That's the serotonin. Number three, you want to get the help that you need. You want to get the help that you need. So for some of you who are just driven by this idea of fear of you getting the coronavirus, there are so many telemedicine opportunities out there. We actually have opened up our telemedicine portal to any individual who needs to get just this questions, 5-minute screening, $27. You hop on the portal, you ask on the questions that you have. You could go to Cornerstone Medical Group, INC.com, and you'll be able to click that link at our homepage and you'll be able to hop on that telemedicine call because sometimes what we need is just to get our questions answered from a scientific medical point of view from a physician. There's a lot of information that's out there, and that's why I say I want you to be very mindful of what it is you are listening to and how much you are listening to it, because we will steer where we stare. And if we continue to look at repetitive stories of anxiety, repetitive stories of a death count, repetitive stories of cases, then what we are doing is feeding our minds something toxic, and we do not want to feed our minds something toxic. We want to get the facts. We want to know how this is affecting us. We want to know what this means for me and my household and my individual groups, of course, but we also want to be able to now frame everything up correctly. And part of framing that up correctly is holding on to the truth. I will tell you wholeheartedly and openly, I truly, truly believe that God is still in control. I will say that without a doubt. Yes, as a physician with all these degrees and the alphabet soup behind my name, what it comes down to me and for many of you too, is that God is in control. So we need to hold on to that truth as well too, as we do our due diligence and practice the recommendations, because there is a reality of what we are facing in this pandemic is and will cause confusion, anger, some angst, and being scared, but I don't want you to stay there. I don't want you to stay there, and I think it's important for you not to stay there. So again, the 3 things of maintaining your mind, what is it? Number 1, identify that, hey, this is the feeling I'm feeling, and it's normal. I also want you to understand too that in the midst of stress, domestic violence increases. So I want you to call a friend or make notice of that. And I actually wholeheartedly, if you're an individual who's praying, I want you to pray for those men and women who are in the hands of domestic violence right now, because when stress increases, domestic violence increases. So number 1, identify that feeling. Know that this is normal, what you're feeling. Number 2, increase that happy hormone. Go outside and exercise. Get your serotonin up. That's that happy hormone. And just enjoy being in nature. It's so important for you to do that. And then you want to frame up God's promises that He's going to take care of you too. And then third, get the help that you need. If you have questions medically, come to Cornerstone Medical Group, INC.com. We are doing this $27 5-minute screening call where you will not expose yourself by going into the emergency room. We've had quite a few of those calls already, and for some individuals, I'll tell you wholeheartedly, I've had to tell them, go run, don't walk, run to the emergency room right now through EMS. And for some people, I've told them, hey, sit tight, we're going to watch this again. So if it's a question about your health, then get the question answered. And then, of course, too, if it's more or less more of the cognitive health, right? I can hold some of that space for you. But even for myself, we have a therapy group, a therapist group that we refer to, SW Social group. And I love them. They're great because they're professionals there to do that. I am so happy that you guys were able to come on today. Again, I want to remind you that there is an importance of feeding your cognitive health. There's a cognitive health alert, and we were talking about how does that affect our physical health. This is the example of the individual who's not sleeping now at night. What's keeping you up is not the sleeping pill that's not working. It's the reality that your cognitive health is being affected. This is for the individual who has a high blood pressure now, or whose medications were working before, but now those medications aren't working. Why? Your cognitive health is being affected right now. And it makes sense because literally we went to sleep and woke up to a different world. But I want to reassure you, as I reassure myself, that God is still in control. So we take all of the science that we know and we merge that with what we know to be true, that God is in control, and that's how we get past this. So I want to encourage you to get past this too. All right, that's all our time today. Thank you so much, Tuesday Transfers, for coming by. If you think this is going to be useful for someone else, please share it with them. If you need more information, you could go to drsabine.com. That's DRSABINE, ELISEE.com to get more information. I want to say hi to Dr. Darby, who came and joined us. Hi, my Tuesday Transformer, Seni Tassi. I want to give Seni Tassi the #1 Tuesday Transformer award of the decade. He has put in my inbox so long ago, get a domain, get a domain. So we did it. Seni Tassi, the domain is up. Dr. Sabine, SABINE, that's DRSABINEELISEE.com. Edwidge Esta, good seeing you. Hi, Monica Rose. I'm going to reach over here. Sorry, I hope this isn't fall. Hi, Primetime Team Sports. Thank you for joining us. Tuesday Transformers. Tanya Deli, good seeing you. Monica _Rose. Hi, Flair Danielle. So good to see you. I'm so glad that you joined us. Please say hello to Sir Danielle for me, please. Good seeing you. Hi, Remnant _girl. She said, really needed this, Doc. I'm so happy. I think that all of us needed this. And I want to remind you, too, that if you do have small children, nieces, nephews, children in your home, they are feeling the stress, too. So give them some grace. Give yourself some grace as well, too, because this is what happens when we are in stressful times. Our emotions are like a roller coaster. And I want to remind you that the only person that gets hurt on a roller coaster is the person who jumps off. Right? The only person who gets hurt on a roller coaster is the person who jumps off. But for you and me, what are we going to do? We're going to sit tight, we're going to buckle our belt, and we're going to remember these 3 things to maintain our mind and not jump off, not make these decisions out of just fear and frantic. And we're going to go through what we spoke about before. I want to say hi to Vic for real, 954, Vertice, Sons and Daughters of Haiti, good seeing you. Hello, Savage 3_30 said, whoa, sorry guys. Savage 3_30, where are you? What did you say? Oh no, I lost you. Here it is. It said, you encourage me to own it, to myself, to live long. Thank you, crying. Appreciate you so much. Savage 330, that just touches my heart so much, because there is a reality. We get locked in and isolated in our own thoughts and our own feelings, and that becomes a worse place for us. It becomes a really hard place for us, and I don't want you to get locked into your own thoughts and feelings. Again, reach out, call us here. I'll hold some of that space for you. And if that space becomes too much for me to hold, I want to refer you to a therapy group that I work with. It's really good therapists that I know that I think will help us get through this as well too. And then of course, we're going to hold on to the anchor of our hearts and our souls, which is God. And he's going to get us through this because he promises to, right? He promises to. That's the pastor kid coming out of me right there. And then again, Savage Lee said, hello, Doc. Thank you for encouragement on my health moves. Trust me. Oh, I love it. I love it. So I want to say hi to you. I'm sorry about you losing your best friend with health issues. I'm so sorry about that, Savage 3_30. My condolences to you. I want to say hi to New Gaia, number 3. Look at all the Tuesday Transformers transforming their health. Good seeing you, W4 Choo Choo 04, Rodney 25, our Tuesday Transformer. We call him an OG Tuesday Transformer. I want to say hi to Mia _G. Hello, good seeing you. So glad you could join us again. If you feel like this information will be useful to someone that you know, This is it. I'm just going to put it here now. If you feel this information is going to be useful to someone that you know, please go ahead and share it with them. And again, if you're looking for more information, or if you want to take advantage of that 5-minute screening that we're doing here at the office through telemedicine, still keeping yourself safe, getting immediate information in a convenient way, then go ahead and find more information at Dr. Sabine Elisee. That's DrSabineElisee.com. You'll see the link there for the Become a Patient, and there will be a pop-up on how you can get your screening call to find out if you need to run to the hospital because you're having that cough, or if you just need to sit tight, or we just need to send something for you. All right, so good seeing you. I gotta go see some patients. And again, thank you to a new Dr. Gina Jules. Thank you so much, Dr. Gina Jules, for getting these N95 masks to us hand delivered. Please go to Anuco RX, ANUCO Anuco, Dr. Gina Jules. You guys are going to love the work that she's doing. She's a pharmacist. She's amazing. She's a super friend. Go see her. Bye, guys. Stay safe. Happy Tuesday. Take care.